This is Lesson 29 in the Mr. Circuit STEM Coloring Activity Book. In this lesson, we introduce a fantasy space machine gun circuit that just emits sounds. It is not a real gun, just a fake one, like the ones that are used in fantasy space movies. It is an electronic circuit that will emit simulated fantasy space machine gun sounds. The schematic diagram for the space machine gun circuit is shown on the lower right-hand side of the page. It has some of the schematic symbols that you were taught in earlier lessons of this STEM activity book. You may remember from Lesson 11 that a 555 timer IC can be used to generate tones and other interesting sounds. This circuit was designed by engineers using the 555 timer IC with a potentiometer and a 2-transistor oscillator circuit to make simulated space machine gun sounds. On page 29, you see that the artist shows the Mr. Circuit robot flying in a fantasy spaceship. At the bottom of the page, what does Mr. Circuit say? Mr. Circuit says, here is a space machine gun circuit using 6 resistors, a 555 timer IC, a push-button switch, a potentiometer, an NPN transistor, a PNP transistor, 4 capacitors, and a speaker. Please draw a circle around the schematic symbol of the push-button switch on the schematic diagram at the bottom right-hand side of the page. Here are some important things that you were taught in this lesson. 1. What components are used to make a fantasy space machine gun circuit. 2. That this space machine gun circuit uses a 555 timer IC with a 2-transistor oscillator to generate sounds similar to a fantasy space machine gun. And 3. How to spell and pronounce space machine gun circuit. To finish this lesson, please color in the Mr. Circuit robot on page 29. Now remember, when you complete this STEM technology book, you will receive a certificate of completion.